I really enjoyed making these bundle videos, and it seems like so many people are liking them. I really have to thank them for being so supportive. But with that done, I can catch up on my butt craft. Hopefully there won't be any new bundles for a little while so that I can get a break. Refleksy, there are new bundles for you to play.
Bundles.
Come on, I know you like the bundles. So many games, they're so cheap. Come on, I know you are tired, but listen.
Bundle.
Some of them might even have co-op. Bundles! Hi YouTubes, this is Refleksy. I know there have been a lot of bundles I've missed lately. Bundles. Stop. Stop! Today I'm bringing you BundleStars Indie Jam 2. 8 games you can play in your Steam box on your computer station. And one for Desura. Alright, so we're beginning with Two Worlds 2. You may have heard all the media surrounding this title, all the scandal about review rigging and ghost comments on YouTube. Well, we don't give a crap about that. We just care about the game. The first thing that I came into whenever I started playing is a very disappointing facial editing feature. Now personally, I come from the school of thought that if you are able to change your face in a game, there's absolutely no reason that you should not make it as ridiculous as possible. So whenever I couldn't create anything like Saints Row 3, I was very disappointed. So instead I went with a face that looked like Severus Snape ate something that he was allergic to for lunch. Ronald Weasley, did you put shrimp in my food again? 10 points from Gryffindor. So this game had a pretty interesting looking co-op mode, so I'm really going to need a co-op partner. Not Yukiko. So the co-op in this game basically ends up to being what is like a instanced MMO. You start with a character and you progress it. It's a nice feeling, the progression, but I mean, it's not perfect, but I'd probably give it another go. Shattered Horizon is a first-person shooter that puts you out in space in probably what is the least plausible game concept ever. Commander, we're fighting our enemies in a bunch of rocks in space. Should I scramble the fighter ships? Hell no! Let's get a bunch of dudes in moon suits. I want our boys shooting at each other in 3 dimensions. I feel the same way about SPS games as I do with sports games. Why the hell would I want to play a World War II simulator or like even a modern day era shooter when I could be in space? The versus dynamic is good enough. Unfortunately, I was only able to play against bots. If you want to play this game, grab a couple friends and fly around in space. Otherwise, skip it. Such is the way of multiplayer games. Nobody wants to play the more obscure games because kids these days only want to play their Call of Duty, Halo, Doom, Minesweeper, Quake on their X-Cubes. Someone give me some fruit juice and oatmeal, the kids are making me sad. Nuclear Dawn is kind of in that similar vein. It's a decent multiplayer game with a quirky dynamic that really works, but nobody on the planet plays. The best way I could describe this game is you take Team Fortress 2, you take away all the hats, you take away everyone except for the heavy, the medic, the soldier, the spy, and the engineer. The spy runs fast, he can hold the sniper gun or sticky bombs, he can cloak forever. Soldier cannot use rockets, but instead he uses an assault rifle or a sniper rifle, or he can have rolling grenades like a demo man, and he can see invisible units. Heavy man can upgrade to use rockets like a soldier. Medic can switch and heal buildings instead of people and upgrade to the pyro, and there can only be one engineer. He doesn't play the game. Instead, he plays StarCraft, and all the other people on his team are Zerglings. He makes spawn points, turrets, dispensers, and upgrades for his team, and every map is a control point mode, and controlling those points adds minerals and gas for the StarCraft player. And the engineer is in a little box, and when that box dies, the other engineer wins. So basically it's exactly like Team Fortress, right?
Nope.
Now all this sounds really complicated, but the game itself is incredibly satisfying, especially when you work with your teammates to achieve victory. Luckily for everyone, there's actually a server that has people on it every once in a while. The Redstone clan is full of generally nice people who are super experienced in the game. I genuinely enjoy this game, and at any time you don't see me playing games for bundles, making videos, Dota, working, sleeping, playing games with the ladycakes, eating, sleeping, you could see me playing Nuclear Dawn. Two Worlds 2 Castle Defense is a tower defense game set in the same world as Two Worlds. That's it. Mediocre in every single way, this game has you play the role of Gandohar, the most intelligent strategist and most powerful soldier in the game world, commanding the most powerful army in the entire planet. But apparently you have to decide where to place single soldiers based on small rings on the floor instead of a great stratagem involving unit formations. Do yourself a favor and skip this turd. Planets Under Attack is in the genre of swarm defense. Similar games are Euphoria and Galcon, if you've ever heard of those. Simple without a lot of depth, you capture trying to do the same thing. This game is really a good example of the genre if you like this sort of game. However, I do not, and it doesn't really build on any of the concept of the other previous games in the genre, so I cannot really recommend it. Holy Avatar vs. Maidens of the Dead is a side story from the semi-delightful but dreadfully slow-paced Grotesque Tactics 1 and 2. You play as the Holy Avatar, a demigod that is basically half Jesus and half Duffman and half Gaston. The same problems that plague the first two games plague this one as well. Clunky controls, shallow gameplay, no way to adjust game speed, and lame jokes. At least in Grotesque Tactics, these lame jokes are actually cool nods to video game related humor and satire on gaming as a whole. In Holy Avatar, the only attempts to humor us are based in false machismo and sexism. Skip this game, it will only make you mad. Iron Assault is a dual stick shooter that is very closely related to Beat Hazard. The exception is that instead of blasting everything out of sight, you get to use some sort of crazy science to harness the power of styrofoam packing peanuts to kill your enemies. This styrofoam based murder mechanic is a bit hard to get used to, but once I did I had a great time, even though I'm not a huge fan of the genre. I think you should check this game out. X-Blades is a Devil May Cry clone. It stars an anime girl with the same attitude as Dante from Devil May Cry, with guns and swords like Devil May Cry, with upgrades gained from absorbing the souls of your enemies like in Devil May Cry. Esteemed YouTube user 7Stark had the following to say about this game. This game is perfect after a hard day for three things: kill stuff endlessly, music, and hot chick with assless chaps and tongue. 13 people on YouTube scared me wrong. For a game with action at its core, it is so clunky that it is basically unplayable, and I really wish you would skip it. Iron Grip Warlord is a game that combines real-time strategy and first-person shooting with character progression to make it an interesting thing that turns out to be something like a first-person gun Dota. You play as the AT aliens. No outcast, not those AT aliens, sorry. And you are defending your homeland from an oppressive invader, taking out tanks and defending your stronghold with emplacements. This game has a high difficulty curve, but once you get the hang of it, it is really rewarding. I see games online often, but I think the most fun could probably be had with a LAN of 2 to 4 people. I would definitely give this one a try. Alright, next up is... Wait. What's next? There's no more? I'm at the end? Please excuse how long this video took to come out. Ladies and gentlemen, I have spent almost 2 weeks non-stop after work making this video, polishing this turd as best as possible. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed creating it. If you do, commenting, liking, and subscribing would really just make my day. If you didn't, please let me know in the comment box so I can make it better. If you want to check out some of my other work, my very first video I ever made on a really cool game called Airmech is on the top left. You can check the videos of bundles past by clicking on the top right. The video I will make on my brand new computer build will be available on the bottom left, and someday I'm gonna finish that video on syncing.